Hello, my name is Joel and welcome back to my YouTube channel Share Deck. Today we're going to be doing a 5-color commander deck for Jodah the Archmage Eternal. So this deck is a big mana / Cascade deck. Pretty straightforward. It'll try to get some explosive turns. Hopefully that'll be enough to get us ahead in the board and win us the game. But it's not a combo heavy deck, just like any of my decks. Yeah, so Jodah helps in a way that it makes all our spells cheaper. And then, yeah, that's pretty straightforward. That's what Jodah is there for, making our deck spells cheaper, because they all cost Wooburg. So with that, let's start with the Cascade cards. So we got Bloodbraid Elf, Emoti, Celebrant of Bounty, since a lot of my cards cost 6 or more, so having that Cascade is a nice bonus. Apex Devastator, Cascade 4 times, which is nice. Ethereum Horn Sorcerer, Shardless Agent, Deny Reality, soft removal. Maelstrom Wanderer, lets us Cascade twice and give all our creatures haste. Averna, the Chaos Bloom, so this also ramps us if we cascade into a couple of lands, so pretty awesome for this deck. Enlisted Worm, Aurora Phoenix, Graveyard Recursion, and Maelstrom Nexus grants our first spell Cascade, and a Bituminous Blast removal. So we're gonna be here on the big mana section. So this is in no particular order as we start off with Ruinous Ultimatum. So I'll have a couple of ultimatums on here, a couple of the Elder Creature type creature cards. So kind of, because those are really high impact cards that really affects the board. So with Ruinous Ultimatum, destroy all non-land permanents your opponent's control. So that will give us in a favorable board position. Inspired Ultimatum lets me draw 5 cards. Dragonlord Dromoka, Ingaruk's Wake. So a lot of my board wipes just affects our opponents. So if I do cascade into him, or I have a couple of cards that will let me play it for free, so it's a good card. Puts us in a great board position. Same with Ether Gale, Massacre Worm, and River's Rebuke will pretty much set the player back a couple of turns. So they have to rebuild their board back up again. All right, let's get a little bit closer here. So we got Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger. So this was in my Progenitus deck, so I just have it transferred here because I felt like this is a better fit for him, for it. And we got Nyx Bloom Ancient, Mana Ramp, really. Cruel Ultimatum, a Violent Ultimatum. So we got Dragonlord Atarka, and we got Bugarden Hellkite. So Bugarden Hellkite is a pet card. There's a lot of creatures that's better than this, but like I said, it's a pet card. It's a card that I like to play, and and it seems like it's a good fit for this deck. Zakama, the Primal Calamity. So with Jodah being in the field, this would definitely ramp us. So let's say I have 6, even 7 mana. Then if I have Jodah in the field, then when I've cast this, it will let me untap all my lands. So I net 2 mana for it. So just nice. Eerie Ultimatum. I think this is my only Graveyard Recursion spell, but it is kind of a game ender since I do run a lot of fetch in my 5-color decks. So Tides Pile Tyrant. So this will not win you the game, but it will definitely put us in a good board position if our opponents are not able to take care of this creature. Beledros, the Witherbloom, is only here for the tap. Pay 10 life, untap all our lands. So let's just play some stuff at the expense of 10 life, obviously. Ashen Rider, very good removal. So we're in the card draw section. So we got Ancestral Vision and See the Truth. So if we are able to cascade into See the Truth, or some way to pay for it for free without casting it from our hand, we get to draw 3 cards, which is pretty nice. So we're here. So Jodah. So we're in the section where if Jodah gets killed, we have to have a plan B, which is we can get to play stuff for free with a certain condition that has to be met. So we're in that section right now, in no particular order. Also, so we got Golos the Tireless Pilgrim. This would be a good alternate commander for this deck. Honestly, I think Golos is probably a better commander for this deck because it also ramps when it enters the battlefield. But I already have a Golos Tireless Pilgrim deck, which is Angel Tribal. So it's pretty much here. So it's very good. The activatability, if it lets us look at the top 3 cards and we'll play any of them for pretty much get a bonus in our investment. So Temporal Aperture. So this is a little bit hard to pull off really, because this is a totally random card. So you pay 5, you shuffle your library, then reveal the top card. So this is like, there's no control over it. Then until of turn, as long as the card remains on top of your library, you may play it as though in your hand without paying its mana cost. So there is still that timing restriction in there. So very random. Whatever you get is pretty much what you are going to get. So it could be a land. So if you're going to play the activate ability, hold off on it. Hold off on playing a land, and just we'll see if you get hit. So this is another pet card that I like to play because a friend of mine plays it, and then it seems like it's a good fit for this deck, for the theme anyways. So we got Maelstrom Archangel. So whenever it deals combat damage, we get to play something for free in our hand, which is nice. Intent the Dreamer, same thing. When it deals combat damage, we may pay 2 and blue, and we'll look at the top card for as long as it remains exiled. So you can get to play it for free. Not free because you paid 3, but Unexpected Results. Pretty much the same thing. It's a random effect, but if we do get a land, at least it ramps us. Let's get a little bit closer here. So Wildfire Eternal. So this is just an attack trigger, and if it isn't blocked, so there's a lot of conditions that needs to be met. So I'm just testing this card out to see if it works, if it's even worth it. But I do have a lot of high impact instant sorceries in this deck, so a lot of them are sorceries actually. Fist of Suns. It's a mana discount for us, like Jodah number 2, really. And we got Italy, the Primal Storm. A Magus of the Mind, which is a Mind's Desire. So this is a very, like I said, it's a very random card too. If we are able to cascade a couple of times, then it'll be worth it. Rashmi, Eternity's Crafter. So a lot of my spells do cost a lot. So it's either so every time you play a spell, it's either you're gonna play it or it just goes to your hand. So let me stand corrected. So when you play the spell, so you look at the top card of your library. If it's a non-land card, if it costs less, You get to play it. So if it costs more, it puts it into your hand. So it's a win-win. We're here at the library manipulation section. So we got Brainstorm. Vampiric Tutor. So whenever we do need that spell to go on top, it's kind of just, it's like a tutor for everything, really. Especially for Cascade. So at least we know what we're going to be going into. Diabolic Vision. So this is a library manipulation. So look at the top 5 cards of your library. So you put one of them into your hand and you manipulate the top 4 and put it in any order, which is good, especially if you're a Cascade deck. Ponder, pretty much the same thing, unless you draw a card. Bringer of the Black Dawn. So it's a Vampiric Tutor every upkeep if it survives, and also already has that alternate casting cost of Wooburg. It's nice. Limdol's Vault. Preordained. And Sylvan Library. Let's get a little bit closer here. All right. So I took this out from my Reaper King deck. It seems like it's a better fit here than on the Reaper King, since it is just a green devotion deck. Swords of Plowshare. So we're in the removal section. Even though we already I had a lot of cards that also doubles a removal, but these are some of the cards that it's kind of like that's its sole purpose here. So we got Beast Within, Anguished Unmaking, and then we're at the ramp section. So this is pretty straightforward, nothing too special. So we got Soul Ring, Nature's Lure, Farseek. Let's get a little bit there. Pierce Whim. So this ramps us and we'll be able to get rid of an enchantment or artifact. Felwar Stone, 3 visits, Arcane Signet, and that is pretty much for the lands, for the ramp. Now we're at the land section. So this is pretty much like any other deck that I have. A lot of my 5-color decks has the same mana. Like I said, since it gets transferred, so we'll just go through this real quick. So we got Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Reflecting Pool, City of Brass, Mana Confluence, Idanta Triome. So these are the Trilands from Ikoria, Ketria. I'm just missing the Jeskai one, Sylvai, and the Zagot Triome. We're here at the Shockland, so we got Reading Pool, Godless Shrine, Stomping Ground, Hallowed Fountain, Steam Vents, Watery Grave, Temple Garden, Sacred Foundry, Overgrown Tomb, Blood Crypt. Yeah, so this is gonna be this at this section is it's the mana itself that's very unique to this deck. So I'm running 3 Buddy Lands and 1 of each basic land. So we got Rootbound Crag. Oh, I don't know. So that was my bad. So we're going through the fetches. So we got Windswept Heath, Flooded Strand, Verdant Catacombs, Marsh Flats, Wooded Foothills, Bloodstained Mire, Misty Rainforest, Polluted Delta, Arid Mesa, A Fabled Passage, and Scalding Tarn. And I am missing the Fabled Passage, yeah, and I'm missing the Scalding Tarn, the blue-red fetch. So again, so these are the Buddy Lands. So we got 3 Buddy Lands. So I got Rootbound Crag, Sun Petal Grove, and Hinterland Harbor. Those are pretty much the colors of Jodah. Red, white, and blue. Has green, since a lot of my fetch has green on it. So 1 of each basic land. So we got an island, plains, forest, swamp, and a mountain. So with that concludes our Commander deck tech for Jodah Eternal Archmage Eternal. Hope you enjoyed the deck tech. Thank you for watching. Appreciate you watching. So if you like this content, please like, share, and subscribe. All right. Thank you. All right. Bye.